Okay, you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're gonna talk about 50 Cent's former manager and best friend Chris Lighty, because a lot of critics believe that 50 is going after Diddy because of this man. Now, let me also preface this by saying my eyes are red, but I wasn't crying. It's just allergies. For those who don't know, in case you're new, I have allergies, really bad allergies, but it's gonna clear up in a bit. But anywho, let's get into this video because I've come across, as I've said to you guys, providing you have been keeping up over here, a lot of critics, they have been doing their pieces on, 50 Cent documentary that he did about Diddy. And many people are coming up with their own theory as to why it is that 50 doesn't like Diddy. Many people are saying that, 50 Cent is going after Diddy because of his friend Chris Lighty. No, I've done some research on this and I don't know, but the gossips are out there. No, I've seen an interview with Jaguar Wright, and Jaguar Wright is saying, 50 Cent just wants to take down Diddy and get Diddy and Jay-Z out of the way because 50 wants to be the next person in line. 50 wants to be, the man who controls the door to Hollywood. In case you guys are not aware, well, not Hollywood, but the music industry to be specific. Now, in case you guys are not aware, it has always been said Diddy, 50 Cent and Jay-Z, they are the gatekeepers of the music industry. They are the ones who basically determines who is let through that gate of the hip-hop industry and who isn't. And in that interview, Jaguar Wright was alleging that 50 Cent wants everyone out of the way because 50 wants to be the only one in power, control, dominance, and getting all the business deals. But I have to, I can see what Jaguar Wright is saying, but I also, I think she might be half correct. And my reason for saying that is I believe that what 50 Cent is doing here is a lot more than power and control. As I've said in my previous videos, I believe 50 came to the realization that Diddy will never be held accountable for his true crimes. And if Diddy is not going to be held accountable for his true crimes by the legal system, that's where 50 comes in ensuring that Diddy suffers immensely. And the world is going to know about Diddy. And 50 Cent is given the sense that he's saying some of it you guys are going to have to read between the lines for yourselves. And I think the internet has been doing exactly that. So I don't think it's just about 50 Cent wanting power, control, and dominance in the industry. I think it's a lot more than that. I think it's Kimporter's death. I think that it's, the injustice done to Cassie Ventura, Capricorn Clark, Aubrey O'Day. Who would know these stories better than anyone? 50 Cent, of course. So, if you guys are not even aware, our Aubrey O'Day was hospitalized after watching the Diddy documentary. She said she had vertigo, she was throwing up, she was shaking, like PTSD. She was sick. She was admitted for a few days and she has since been discharged from the hospital and she's at home recovering. Now, Aubrey O'Day, she was supposed to be a part of the witness, but she backed out, during the trial. And many people question her motives, but I can understand them because, as I've said previously, I do believe that Aubrey O'Day has horrible experiences with Diddy, experiences that she's not willing to share with anyone. And I think it is okay that she doesn't share it with anyone because she has to do herself a favor before she does everyone else a favor. And with doing herself a favor, I believe that she's just holding on to those deep, dark secrets. But I do hope that she gets to sit down somewhere in confidence and get professional help for these problems that she has been having, because that's literally no way for anyone to live. Now, back in 2012, going back to Christopher Lighty, he has definitely worked with Sean Diddy Combs. He was very instrumental in Diddy's career and development. So too was he instrumental in 50 Cent's development and career. He was like that man who basically brought 50 to stardom, and he was very significant in Sean Diddy Combs' career as well, because he did manage Diddy for a time. Now, Christopher Lighty was one of the most powerful producers in the music industry, but when it came to 50, Chris Lighty was just more than a friend to 50 Cent. He was more than a manager. He was a mentor. They had an amazing relationship, and he understood 50 very, very well. He would coach and mentor 50, and he would, suggest to 50 what direction to move in. So he was found dead with what they call self-inflicted bullet wound to the head in an apartment. Now, after then, many people said that he died because of his financial problems. I've read where, many people are saying that he owed a lot of people, and a lot of people were out to get him. But I found that he had something like $5 million owing to the IRS, which 50 said, no, it can't be true, because 50 gave Lighty $1 million. And when 50, no one gets money out of 50 cents. We all know that. And the mere fact that Chris Lighty got $1 million out of 50, you can tell that they really had a connection. I've been watching some, clips from the past, and that man was like 50 Cent father. He was like the father, the brother, the best friend that 50 Cent never had. So you can understand that this man was very close to 50 Cent. But what critics are saying, they're saying that Sean Diddy Combs allegedly has something to do with Christopher Lighty's death, and Christopher Lighty did not die of self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Someone actually pulled the trigger. If you guys can remember Steven Twitch boss, he was taken out, and they basically said he deleted himself, and Sloan Billy told us no, he did not delete himself. And one thing she has always insisted on was that the photos were on the internet minutes after his passing, but they scrubbed the internet off the photos, and she said Steven Twitch boss had bruises all over his body, all over his face. So you could tell that someone was beating on that man before he passed. So no way it could have been self-inflicted wound. Someone actually put his hands on the gun, put their hands over his, and forced the trigger. And critics are saying it's the very same thing that happened to Christopher Lighty. And as such, this is why 50 Cent is going after Sean Diddy Combs. So that's what some critics believe. But I believe, personally, it's a myriad of things. And when you think of a myriad, it's like a combination of things. I think it's the combination, and that's why 50 is going after Diddy. As I've said, 50 has woken up to the realization that the justice system is being orchestrated to take down Diddy. 50 cannot talk about it because I believe 50 also has connections with Diddy's handlers, because it is these people who runs the industry, and 50 knows how to play his game safe and play it correctly. And as such, 50 is ensuring that Diddy is somehow held accountable, further accountable, and he knows that a lot of people that Diddy has armed, they're not going to get any justice, and as such, 50 Cent is ensuring that if he doesn't get any justice, he's going to ensure like hell the public never looks at Diddy in the same light, and as such, I believe that is 50 Cent's motive. Expose who Diddy is, expose what Diddy was about, expose so that people can read between the lines and realize that Sean Diddy Combs has hurt a lot more people, and he's far more evil than what meets the eye. That's what I think 50 is doing. But anywho, guys, I want to hear from you. Leave your comment below. While you're at it, do all you need to on this video, honey, to support your girl. Peace.